we happen to have 2 wheels off the ground with a little bit of strategic rock placement and strategic Andrew on the bonnet. We've managed to find the wild dogs again. And they're on a road. Joy! But again, change direction. They're now going west or northwest. Stations relocated. The Madash now heading at the moment straight west down parallel. Sorry, Krish, the mobile, just stand by one. They've come to the junction with Zebra Drive, the parallel junction Zebra Drive, heading towards Knobthorne. Copy, I'm the only station here. You can make your way. They're mobile towards Knobthorne open area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we haven't picked up any more. Hello, puppies! Thank you for not running too far while I was stuck in the drainage line. They're coming up to an open area. There is a possibility there might be some impala out on that open area. So they're definitely still on the hunt. Not all of them have blood on their faces. So not all of them have eaten this morning, and that is the thing about a large pack of wild dogs. And because they use so much energy, they need to eat a lot and regularly. Trying to see which way they're going. Sorry guys, you see that there's a vehicle trying to get you. Stations are now Pipeline Road, but general direction is northwest. We're just taking a chill pill. The rest are all running off ahead. No, just taking a quick break in the cool sand. Then we'll catch up. All this is going to be fun. They're going to play. See that there? All of a sudden, oh no, don't go fast like that, guys. Not true, not through the thickets. So you just see that ears flat and decided to start stalking another member of the pack. They have such a distinct smell, that sort of musty. It's a cross between a wet dog and a moldy cupboard. What do you think, Andrew? Cross between a wet dog and a moldy cupboard is what a wild dog smells like to me. It's actually, strange enough, a lot of people think that's quite a horrific smell, but gets me really excited. So I'm actually wondering, and obviously this is just speculation, that the alpha female had a nice big meal. She looks like she'd eaten. Her face was covered in blood. And they're not doing those woo calls. Sorry, guys, I've just got a lot of chatter in that ear, and the guy's trying to get into this sighting. I'm just going to call. Smelling possibly another scent mark here. Sorry, the game drive radio is very loud. I'm just trying to get a gap here. My dash are now on Buff Skull south, heading north. Standing by. Hey, if I can, I will. Copy all the. I'll stay with them as long as possible. So that's one of the other guides. He's making a joke. It's not a big secret that wild dogs are by far my most favorite animal. And he's saying, "Are you going to stay the whole day there, Brent? Just stay with them the whole day, and then we can find them again this afternoon." So as I was saying, it's speculation, but the fact that the alpha female and some of the other pack members haven't joined, and she went into that drainage line, and they're not doing any contact calls or woo calling. They're seriously marching around and scent marking. Oh, look at that one having a nice little lie down in the cool sand, and sort of patrolling almost. And the fact that there aren't some other dogs here, I'm really hoping where she's gotten to that drainage line, she might have found a den site, and they might be excavating and checking there, while this lot make sure that there are no other wild dogs in the area and just checking the perimeters. I mean, massive home ranges of up to 45 square kilometers full. So it's quite interesting, and a lot of the research papers and stuff that I've read on wild dog and my own observations over the years, that when a new pack forms, it's very important to watch how they rest together. So if we have a look in the road, there's a whole pile of them now lying up in the road, and they all lie very, very close to each other in the majority of the time. And what that means is that it's a very close-knit pack. And in terms of new packs forming, packs that do not lie when they rest very close to each other have almost 70% less chance of becoming a successful pack than packs that lie close to each other. And that's when new packs are forming, so there are only 2 or 4 animals in those packs. Let's move a little closer. So, a little info from Georgianne. Thanks very much. It says, if this is the half-tailed pack, we're missing the floppy-eared member. That is very true. And as I said, there are only 8 dogs here, but we have seen another dog well down near the Arathusa Lodge itself, and she was the pregnant female, so the alpha. And it's possible that the other members of the pack might be with her, and they might be looking for a den site in that area and excavating while the rest sort of scope out the rest of the territory around here. Checking scent marks and stuff, and still hunting. They could definitely eat again. And even though you can see there's a little bit of blood around this one closest to us, around his face, but they will let the alpha feed first, especially while she's pregnant. And if she begs, they'll even regurgitate the food they've already eaten and give it to her. I'm just going to update the vehicles quickly to where they're lying down. The stations on my dash are now lying up on Buff Skull South, about 200 meters from the junction with Pipeline. Sorry, last station, go again. Copy, thanks. I'm not reading you very well, but make your way. There's only one station here. Copy, thanks. Hi, Colleen from Winnipeg. Colleen would like to know, do wild dogs only have one den, or do they have multiple dens like hyenas? They have multiple dens, and for the same reasons that hyenas and a lot of other species will have multiple dens, it's due to the parasites like fleas, that when they become too bad in one den, they will move to another. So they do have multiple dens. They are such amazing animals. So there's quite a few different reasons why they are so heavily threatened and endangered at the moment. One being the fact that they need such massive home ranges, ideally, and there's very few parts of Africa where you have those mass areas that animals are able to roam free in. And oh no, here we go again. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see now. And the other is that they're so prone to disease, especially domestic dogs' disease. What have you seen? Just checking. Things like canine distemper and rabies. And because they are such tight-knit communities and such a social animal, those diseases spread through the pack very quickly, and also they were persecuted very heavily by the first European settlers because of the way they killed and because they are such efficient hunters. Looks like they're taking a break. I'm hoping that they're going to decide to rest here for the day, or in this area. I think they might move as the sun moves. Hi, Pammy from Seattle. Pammy would like to know, what does the pack do when the female gives birth? Because they travel so fast and so quickly, do they stay in the area and look after her? Pammy, that's when it becomes much easier to see wild dogs, is when they do den, because they become, for once, tied down to a certain area for a short time. And that is the time where you do get to see wild dogs a lot and regularly. And where are you off to now? And they will go off and hunt and kill. And while the female is unable to leave the den, oh, look at that, there we go. Little bit of playing. That's not a good sign for us. It means we're on the road again. But they will make their way back to the female constantly. Okay. And off they go. This is why I like them so much. They're not like lions and leopards that sleep so long. They're constantly on the go, and it looks like they've chosen a slightly nicer area this time, up on a crest. So a bit easier for us to follow. A bit. And it is a bit warmer, so they might not move as quickly as they were until they spot something, and then it's full speed ahead again. So they might be making their way back to where the alpha is. There's a big stump in the grass we didn't see. Oh boy, there we go again. Jumped onto something. Let me just have a quick look. So it looks like we've just, in the long grass there's a big stump, and we've just sort of perched on top of it, so I'm just going to try and work our way off it. Unfortunately, for the second time today, I'm going to say we're going to go across to James. He's got another amazing little carnivore with him, and I'm going to jack the front of the car up to lift us off quickly. We'll be back hopefully a little later, and we'll try to get back on the tracks of those wild dogs.
Hello everyone. I can only imagine the frustration, excitement, and profound noise that Brent is making as he tries to get out of the stuck and mired position in which he finds himself. I'm sorry about that, but you have come to us now, and we're looking at some dwarf mongoose, and I'll keep in the theme of the wild dogs. So if we can just go back to the mongoose while I talk about them. They are very similar to wild dogs in their social structure. They have an alpha pair which will lead the little group, and normally only the alpha pair will breed. And if the beta pair or if the secondary pair does breed, often the alpha female will kill the babies of the secondary female, which is quite interesting. Very similar to wild dogs. That's where these sort of similarities end. They don't tend to go coursing through the bush after impala. I've never seen a pack of dwarf mongoose take down an impala or a steenbok or something like that. But very similar social structure. I've also never seen a wild dog sitting on top of a termite mound like this lot is. So they've just come out of their holes. They're very, they live a very sort of continental European lifestyle, these dwarf mongoose. They don't get up before it's well warm and the sun is up, and they spend a leisurely hour or so on the pinnacle of the termite mound like this, enjoying the sun's rays and aloe grooming each other, which I suppose is the equivalent of a Frenchman getting out of bed for his croissant and coffee at about 10 o'clock in the morning and then going for a massage. That's basically what's going on here. And then during the day they wander about and find things to eat, which is also, I suppose, quite a Parisian thing to do, wander about and see what you can see and sit at the odd cafe. And then as the evening comes, this is where the similarity changes. They will generally be found exactly where they are now at sunset, just before the sun goes down. And as the sun disappears, so they will disappear into their little mound, away from any of the predators of the night. That, of course, is not the same for the continental European, who will normally have his dinner at about 10 o'clock at night. So, some similarities to us and some to wild dogs. They'll just start to get moving now and wander off and see if they can't find some insects to eat. They'll eat eggs, they'll eat reptiles, they'll eat solifuges and little spiders and insects and anything else that they can get their little paws and teeth into. There's one coming right around the front of us. Phil, I don't know if you can see him. He's on the log just in front of the car. I don't think you're going to get him. I think he's too far in front. He's now going to dash across the road. He's thinking about it carefully. Oh, there they go. So they're in the base of this little Cont'd tree here, Phil. You can see them there now. There they go. There we go. Sitting on the logs there. The other little one there, the one remaining on the termite mound, I think, is a youngster deciding whether to be brave or to stay at home. Here he comes. Quite sweet. He's coming down the termite mound now, exactly as the others did. And he's lining up with that little log in front of the car, looking at me. And now he's going to make a dash across the road. Here he goes. Go on. There he goes. And they'll stay. Obviously, they can't see each other all the time because they're a bit short. And he's just going into that little bush there. Yeah, they've all disappeared now, I'm afraid. So what happens is that they will stay in auditory contact all the time. So they'll shout at each other and make little twittering noises throughout the day. Again, a bit like wild dogs when they're on the hunt. And they'll stay in olfactory contact as well. So they'll mark areas and leave little scent trails that they can follow with each other. Okay, we're going to carry on down the road a bit and see what else we can find. While Brent attempts to unstuck himself. Wild dog, but it is quite an interesting tree. Unplug myself. Tell you what, it's not simple getting out of the vehicle here. Now, this rather attractive tree is called Ozeroa spherocarpa. Lots of ways of warming your mouth up in the morning, and one of them is to say Ozeroa spherocarpa 150 times. It's called the velvet raisin. I think it's called the velvet raisin. No, it's not. It's called a resin bush. Sorry, the velvet resin bush. And it's got a very velvety feel to it. Very soft. And they produce lovely little sort of black fruits in the summertime, like currants, like sort of dried out currants, but they're very sweet and delicious. Unfortunately, nothing at the moment, so we will have to go hungry until we get back to camp. My stomach was growling earlier. It is now roaring like a lion. Still no sign of Brent, I'm afraid. There's something to eat, actually. I'm going to try it. Now, some of you may or may not have seen me do this last time, and I promised I would try it again because I'm told by many people in the area that this is a great thing to eat. It's the sort of, it's not a termite mound, but it's the tunnels of a termite that builds up trees. And I'm told this is extremely nutritious. I remain unconvinced, however. So you can see there where the tunnels from the termites are. And what they do is they're very light intolerant. So they build that, they build their own little tunnel up there. They'll eat the wood that they need and then they'll sort of move on. So it's kind of like a mobile home, if you like, unlike the permanent mound, like that one behind us or the one that the mongoose were on. Right, so here we go. Now you see, I just don't really understand what the appeal is. I suppose it's a little different from real normal soil. Here's some normal soil. Yeah, not much different, I must say. No, I will keep trying. Excuse me. I have seen people fight over something like that because of the, I don't know, maybe they've just used to it from when they're young. People around the world do eat some odd things. That's definitely one of them. Right. Here we go. I find it's always useful to let the handbrake down when you're trying to drive off. Good news is that Brent seems to be out of the mire, but bad news is that the dogs haven't waited for him. So we'll wait and see if he manages to find them again. I think he's also quite far away from where we are now. So I'm not sure how good his signal will be. But I believe you had an incredible sighting of them. So this apparently is a different pack of dogs. And as far as I understand, it also has a gravid female with them, i.e. pregnant heavily. And that's quite common because most of the packs will give birth in the winter in the Kruger. Very few will give birth outside of the sort of June, July, August period. Mainly June, July. Back here, very nice. There are two things in this tree, one of which has just flown away. I'll try and very frustrating. Then now Phil, in the same tree here, now the sort of the closest, deadest branch that we have, there's an ant nest. You see it there? No. There we go, well done. You got him. Good job. And that's an ant nest, and the ants carry a whole lot of soil up and build themselves a safe haven there at the edge of an acacia tree. I'm not entirely sure what kind of ants they are. I'm just going to have a quick look and see if I can't find them. But I mean, there are so many thousands of different ant species that to be able to find the exact one is almost impossible, unless you are of some sort of insect person of no ill repute. I've just forgotten the entomologist. There we go. Escaped me for a second. I can't see any pictures of it in this little book. But ants really are quite remarkable with their termite cousins. Well, they're not even cousins. I mean, they're so distantly related from each other. Now, I don't know which ant that is, I'm afraid, but it is definitely probably called an acacia ant. Okay, we're going to go across to Brent. I think he has something exciting. Go, bye-bye. See you just now.
Welcome back, guys. It looks like my wild dog luck is on.
I believe you're back with us now. Sorry, Brent is deep terra incognito, and I'm not sure what the status of his car is. But here we are. We're going to try and get back to him now. You may see me again just now. See you. Bye-bye.
Okay, so we're back. We have been in a bit of a bad signal area, trying to find these dogs again. We found them again. They are heading back towards the dam where we last saw the alpha female. So it is possible they are making their way. They've done their sort of patrol around.
We're live again. Sorry about that. As I say, Brent is far away in the west. So just a few minutes left of drive. I'm not sure how much consistency you're going to get with the dogs anymore, but I'm glad you've had a good sighting of them. We might have to just try and find them again in the afternoon. So we're at the southwestern boundary again. And while Brent tries to find the dogs, I'll try and answer some of the questions that you have about the dogs. Hello, Maggie in Kansas. You've got a question about aloe grooming. It's a good question. Let me just stop here for a second. You want to know, will the dogs groom each other to clean the blood off their faces? Absolutely, they will. You won't find, so after a kill, they'll be covered in blood and gore, which is a bit disgusting, but after a while, they will definitely clean each other off. And so if you saw them at a kill in the morning, it'd be highly unlikely that there'd be any blood on them come the afternoon. Thank you for that, Maggie in Kansas. Not many wild dog there, I can't imagine. We're going to head back to Brent and just see what happens. I mean, you might have to come back to me straight away, though. but we're going to try and finish off with the dogs. Okay. If you don't see me again, thank you very much for being around and for all your questions and contributions. And we're going to go back to Brent, and I may or may not see you later. Bye-bye.
Welcome back, guys. We're just back with the wild dogs, and they're now heading back to where we saw that pregnant alpha female earlier. And we're getting really close to the Arathusa Dam. So I think some of the guests who might be having breakfast already might enjoy the wild dogs from the comfort of their chairs. So we're going to try to stay with them, see what happens. They might go for a drink. Katrina, welcome. Hold on for a second, guys. I'm going to have to zoom around. Try to get them before they get out the other side. Katrina would like to know, does the amount of blood on their face signify what rank they are in the pack? Not at all, Katrina. Wild dogs, unlike a lot of animals, there's very little sort of social status apart from the alpha pair. And they will feed extensively and together. There's Impala coming. Quickly, Andrew, this side. Got it. They're coming straight towards us. They're after those Impala. Quickly. They're not looking too serious about that hunt. I think that was just more of an opportunistic chase. But wasn't that exciting, guys? It's incredible. So we're going to stay with them. It's going to be interesting to see if they head back now towards where we saw that alpha female, which was just to the sort of southeast of the Arathusa Lodge. They might stop for a drink. They've been running quite a lot. Isn't this been an amazing morning? I know we didn't get to see a kill, but still, even you saw how they immediately the pack split and started running like that in that formation. I got so excited I forgot to pick up my camera. So guys, we are going to extend a little bit over time just to see what happens here for a few minutes. And we've got a question from Debbie in Cape Town. Debbie would like to know what happens to a dog, an alpha dog that gets too old. There we got some hippos behind them. Looks like, as I said, they're going to stop for a drink and a lie in the water. Wild dogs do that quite often to cool off. I'm just trying to get into position. And you watch how nervous wild dogs are around water. Sorry, Debbie, I will get to your question in a second, but let's just enjoy this amazing sighting we're having here. So Debbie would like to know what happens to an alpha dog when they get too old. Well, Debbie, they normally will probably get killed by another predator because they're a bit slow, or get in that injury, get left behind. And then it's quite interesting. That's quite often can be the end of a pack and a new pack forming. Oh, guys, Andrew, there's a whole herd of Impala walking straight towards the dogs. Guys, this is why I love wild dogs. It's just constant excitement. See how they've moved off slightly to the left? So there's branches in front of them. There's Impala, a whole herd of Impala to the right. I think they've spotted the dogs, unfortunately, though. But The impala are not sure what's going on yet. They haven't taken off. So slightly to the right of screen between the two trees, you'll see there's a herd of impala. No, they're going to keep, some of them look like they might keep coming. They said they're not looking like they're seriously hunting. If they happen to come across something, they're chasing. But I don't see that distinct ears down when they want to hunt. And I think the impala seem to be able to sense that as well. We're going to stay with them a bit longer. The impala have taken off. And one dog is showing a little bit of interest, but they are heading right towards where that female was that we saw first this morning. So we'll give it a few minutes. It looks like they might be sniffing to where the other members of the pack might have moved off to. So I bumped into Sean, who was there with us now, and he said there were 11 dogs this morning that they saw. I didn't get a chance to ask him whether the floppy-eared one was also there. Just gonna give it another minute or two to see what's happening. So they're milling about, sniffing, probably trying to find the scent from the other pack members, excuse me. So this is the area where there we go, a bit of fun and games. Oh, they've got a piece of impala leg. This is where they killed that impala this morning. The one's got a leg, not much meat on there. I think that's more for fun and games than anything else. So this must be where the kill was this morning. Actually, I can see that some more of the carcass there now. So this is going to be quite interesting. You see what a pack of wild dogs leaves behind. Now that is a fresh kill from this morning. Oh, look at those two having a little wrestle over the leg. And I said that's more fun and games. There you go. The joy of life. And there's one got the skin. So this is just playing now. There's no real meat left on it. Oh, isn't this fantastic? With Africa's second most endangered canid. And we're privileged enough to be able to sit here with this pack. Oh, it looks like lots of fun and games going on. You can see here, this one's with what's left of the carcass. And that is a fresh kill. So you can see how quickly, and that will be in under 5 or 6 minutes, a pack this size will basically take that down to skin and ribs and a skull. Absolutely fascinating animals. And there's a bit of tug of war going on over a leg over here. There we go. Who came away with it? There we go. There's a tug of war coming out of the bush. So I said this isn't really for food. They're just playing at the moment. They will eat what little bits they can get off, but so lots of stuff going around us at the moment. That is the wonderful thing about dogs. They're so incredibly active. Hyperactive, like me. Anna Marie is asking, what is the dogs go past average weight of a full-grown wild dog? I'm just gonna have a look. The last of them are gonna pop off here. Here we go, and one more to come. Anna Marie, the full-grown weight is probably around 40 kilograms, 45 kilograms for a big adult male dog. Guys, it's been such an exciting morning. I have literally been on the edge of my seat since we found these wild dogs. I know there's a lot of other questions. Hopefully I can get to some of them this afternoon on the Sunset Safari. I'm definitely going to try find these guys again. Hopefully they stay within our Travis area. Really interesting stuff happening. It's denning time. But thanks very much for joining James and myself on the Sunrise Safari. I know you would have had a splendid time with Commander Bond, as entertaining as he is. But I'm so excited to have spent time with these wild dogs. So we're going to bid you adieu. Have a fantastic rest of your evening or morning, wherever you may be in the world. And we'll see you for the sunset safari. Cheers for now.